Kenyans storm parliament, 5 dead and dozens wounded. Thanks for watching Uganda Zab Media. The Kenya Finance Bill protests are a series of ongoing decentralized mass protests in Kenya against a proposed tax increase by the government in Parliament of Kenya. In May 2024, the Parliament proposed the 2024 Finance Bill, which would mainly alter the tax system to pay off debt. The bill was heavily criticized by the young Kenyans, especially concerned with the increase in taxes. And these young Kenyans have guided the protests. They initially mobilized online using social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram to initiate a leaderless movement that has galvanized the nation. Online, among others, they circulated calls to action, translated the bill into several local languages, and used the artificial intelligence tool ChatGPT to simplify it, and employed crowdsourcing to collect contact information for lawmakers and urge constituents to call them about the bill. Peaceful protests began on 18th June in Nairobi, leading to arrests which were widely condemned on 19th June. Parliament amended the bill, removing some controversial clauses. However, the bill was nonetheless passed the next day, leading to nationwide protests and heavy clashes with security forces. On 25th June, yesterday, protesters stormed the Parliament building, leading to clashes with police that resulted in at least 5 deaths and numerous injuries. Kenyan President William Ruto said on Tuesday security was his utmost priority after protests against a bill to raise taxes descended into violence, with police firing on demonstrators trying to storm the legislature, killing at least 5. In a chaotic scene in the capital Nairobi, protesters overwhelmed police and chased them away in an attempt to enter the parliament compound, with Citizen TV later showing damage from inside the building, which had been partially set ablaze. Protests and clashes also took place in several other cities and towns across Kenya, with many calling for Ruto to quit as well as voicing their opposition to the tax rises. In a televised address on the nation, Ruto said the tax debt had been hijacked by dangerous people. It is not in order or even conceivable that criminals pretending to be peaceful protesters can rain terror against the people, he said, pledging a swift response to Tuesday's treasonous. Police in Nairobi opened fire after tear gas and water cannon failed to disperse the crowd. They eventually managed to drive protesters through the parliament building, and lawmakers were evacuated through an underground tunnel, local media said. Later on Tuesday, Defense Minister Eden Duale said the army had been deployed to help the police deal with a security emergency, which had resulted in the destruction and breaching of critical infrastructures. Keep it Uganda Zab Media.